All right, let's dive into something I think a lot of us can relate to: the hidden power of quiet people. We're going to explore that common feeling of being the quiet one in a crowd, and why, just maybe, it's actually a secret strength.
So picture this. You're in a party, maybe a work event, and you're surrounded by all this chatter. But instead of feeling energized, you can literally feel your social battery draining away. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The conversation just kind of stays on the surface, and all you really want to do is find a quiet corner or maybe just have one real, meaningful conversation. If you're nodding along, then you are in exactly the right place.
Okay, so first things first, we have to tackle a massive misunderstanding. We're going to call it the myth of silence. And it's all about how society tends to get this whole quiet thing completely wrong.
I mean, if you're not a huge fan of constant small talk, you've probably had a label slapped on you at some point. People might think you're shy, or maybe that you're just not interested, or even worse, that you're antisocial. But that's not the real story, not even close.
So let's just challenge that whole idea for a minute. What if this isn't some kind of social flaw? What if it's actually a signpost pointing to something much, much deeper about the way your brain is actually wired? And that brings us to the real heart of it all. It's not about avoiding people. It's about having a brain seeking depth. Your brain is on a mission, actively looking for more meaningful connections. Now, this is the absolute key. In those social situations, your brain isn't shutting down. Oh no, it's actually working overtime. It's running this powerful internal filter, sifting through all the noise to find conversations that have real substance.
And this chart just lays it all out perfectly. Where society might see antisocial, the reality is you're just filtering noise. What might look like you being disinterested is really you seeking meaning. And what gets labeled as shy? Well, that's often just you being smart, conserving your energy for the conversations that actually matter.
So this is where things get really tricky in our modern world. This natural wiring that you have for depth, well, it clashes hard with what we're going to call the modern digital illusion. I mean, just think about it. Our digital lives are often the polar opposite of depth, right? It's all about constant social comparison, looking at these perfect, curated highlight reels of other people's lives, feeling this pressure for external validation, and scrolling through an endless feed of pretty superficial content.
And that creates this serious internal conflict. Your mind is craving substance, but the digital world is just demanding constant, surface-level stuff. That tension, that's a huge source of anxiety and mental exhaustion.
So what do we do about it? How do we manage this? Well, the key lies in using a really powerful tool to help you see through that illusion. It's all about harnessing the power of introspection. Now, introspection sounds like a big fancy word, but it's actually super simple. It's just the practice of looking inward, of checking in with your own thoughts and feelings. It helps you see the digital illusion for what it is, and by doing that, you're protecting your own mental health. And you can practice it with these 3 simple steps. First, notice the trigger. Just recognize that moment when scrolling starts to make you feel less than. Second, question the illusion. Actively ask yourself, is this perfect, curated post really the whole story? And third, reconnect with your reality. Just shift your focus back to your own values, your own progress, and your real offline life.
You know, when you start to practice this, something really incredible happens. You begin to unlock something that was inside you all along, your hidden strength.
And this right here is the ultimate takeaway. That need for depth, the very thing that makes small talk feel so draining, it is not a bug in your system. It's a feature. Think of it like a superpower that's perfectly designed to help you see right through the noise of the modern world.
So, I want you to remember this powerful idea. Your silence isn't empty. It is full of observation, it's full of thought, and it's full of a search for what is real and what is truly meaningful.
So the only question that's left is this. Now that you can see this as a feature, not a flaw, what hidden strengths are you ready to unlock?